Howdy partners and SpideySquad members, my name is MikaelKhanLeite, and welcome to a very special collab video that I'm finally editing. This is my very first collab video editing. It's not a stream or anything, and I'm joined with my very good friend, I'll call it Bob. What's up, dude?
Oh, not much. Thanks for joining me today for the collab. It's good to finally get this one, done, and then we'll be able to edit it and put it up on the channel. I know we've been meaning to do this for a while, so it's nice to finally get around to it.
Yep. The fans have been waiting just as much as us.
Yeah.
And important fact, this video is going to be on my channel and his channel. And so if you're watching on either one of our channels, please leave a like, a comment, and even subscribe to any of us. But please do it more for Bob. He really deserves more subscribers for a great YouTuber that he is. And let's get him to 100 subs ASAP.
Yeah, please. Hashtag road to 100 subs. Let's get us there. I just hit 56. So we're climbing up there steadily. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so do you want to start things off? I'll let you go, Mikael.
Yes, we will be talking today about the evolution of Marvel Spider-Man, the Spidey Squad, maybe even a bit of Evan Flarka's evolution, maybe a little bit of speculation if we have the time. And when I say we have the time, this video is going to be about 30 minutes long. We don't want to make it too long because, number one, you guys might get bored. And number two, it might be glitchy when we edit and try to upload. And
yeah, exactly. Yeah, for our first collab, let's keep it to 30 minutes. I think the audience will thank us.
Yep. So without further ado, I think we're going to start by talking about the very first appearance of Marvel Spider-Man at E3 2016. But at the time, it was actually SpidermanPS4, remember?
Yep. Yeah, I still call it that. Guilty.
1 year later. Yep. No, but it's really fine. I mean, the sole reason we mix both is because of the Marvel Spider-Man show.
Yeah.
Which, if you guys haven't seen, we're not commenting about that.
Yeah, okay, to sum it up, I've heard people aren't fond of it, so we'll keep it at that.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason I like it, sorry, I know we're going off topic, but the only reason I like it is that the Sphero Spider-Man robot, if you own it, you can watch this series with him, and then the voices, the audio from the episode goes into his software, and he's programmed to automatically say at random points in the episode some funny remarks and stuff. But I know it's just programmed to do that, but it literally feels
That's still pretty cool, to be honest. I wish I would have had a toy that did that when I was a kid.
It doesn't cheat. I'm pretty sure it's every episode, at least from when I was watching the very first episodes.
Yeah, that's cool.
So, back to topic.
Yeah, that's okay.
Back at E3 2016, there were many new games showing, awesome games. God of War. That's the only one I remember right now. Crap. But there was also a very, very important game out of all of them, which was a 1 minute and 30-second trailer. It wasn't anything very long, but the cruel specialty of it was just
it definitely got its point across, right? It definitely got us hyped for the game. It definitely sold us on the story and a little bit of the gameplay.
And that was a beautiful showcase of the very fluid motions, the really cool first glimpses of action set pieces, beautiful graphics and rendering of a beautiful sunset New York City, and of course the beautiful suit and buttocks of our brand new Spider-Man.
Oh god, nice, Mikael. Nice. We know Insomniac spent lots of time rendering that butt to make it look just perfect.
Oh yes, it was two butt cheeks. One can't be bigger than the other. One can't be smaller.
Yeah, got to be symmetrical, right? And that's obviously what they spent the last 2 years working on, right? They're just polishing Spider-Man's butt. That was the key. You got to get the butt model right.
Yeah,
September 7th for launch. Yeah, you got to get it ready.
It works for us.
Yeah.
I love how you're just yep. But anyways, we just want to talk about how the evolution of the hype and just how much they showed off a year after the next. So the first year, 2016, like I said, we got little glimpses of, I'd say it looks like a level or a demo in the story. Am I right?
Yeah, I would agree with that.
It looks like around I'd say 20, 30 minutes of a level in the story mode, and I'd say it's around the beginning of the game. Or maybe
would you say, is that the one when he was sneaking around, taking people out, and he was helping Kingpin?
No, we're talking about 2016.
Oh, okay.
The very first trailer. And
I know what you're saying. Okay, you're not saying they showed 30 minutes of gameplay. You're saying it was from a segment in the game. Gotcha.
Except for that little train sequence. We saw that there was a cool metro or train sequence.
Oh, yeah, that was cool. I'm still waiting for that level. I think that's going to be really fun.
And parts of that is what I'm really happy about this trailer, and I'm gonna save that till the end. But just showing off Spider-Man, just showing off like 3 sentences, which are still the most legendary sentences you can ever open up with in a trailer. People see me and think they're safer, but it's not really me they're seeing. Probably for the best. Knowing that everything hinges on a guy from Queens sounds as scary as it feels.
Wow, you memorized that?
Right? Yeah, of course it's memorized.
Well played, sir. Well played. I like it. But
Yeah,
you're right.
it's
That was honestly probably one of the
Yes.
best monologues they could have started with, and it felt very Spider-Man because he does
Yes.
talk to himself a lot and kind of has those internal struggles. So
Yeah,
I knew
really
right
hope there are
away.
moments like that in the game. That's the best part about Spider-Man, when he
Well,
just talks to himself and complains about himself, and you can't blame him.
No,
Because,
no.
like,
Well, and I mean that's like kind of what makes Spider-Man iconic. So as soon as I
yeah,
saw them open that
relatable.
trailer with those lines, I knew it was in good hands right from then.
Yes. I knew it was Spider-Man. I knew it was going to be a good experience because I knew it was going to be a video game, at least because at the time I didn't really know what E3 was. At the time I was a little bit naive on all of this stuff.
Yeah.
I really learned all of this stuff thanks to Evan. But at the time it was just my friend who was a very good expert, at least my ex-friend, who was a very good expert on games and news. He sent it to me and I was so hyped. I started looking up, what is E3? What is this? What new... there were more games. I should check this out. Like, I really started discovering after this trailer, which is another part I'm going to show, like, how this game, the squad, Evan, made me relive my life. Like, I was born again. But that's another topic. And I hope I don't forget about them, because I'm really known for, like, skipping topics and not remembering.
Oh, no, that's okay. Here. I'll keep us on track. All right, so we talked about the E3 2016 demo. Now, why don't we pull up and just talk about the story a little bit in general? What do you think about, like, the villains?
Exactly... and plus, you haven't really talked to yourself about the trailer.
Well, all right, fair enough. I can go into it a little bit. Like I said, I think it was a good idea. Like, okay, if they weren't going to show us a 5 or 10 minute long gameplay demo, I think it was important for them to get that initial first impression right. And like I said, starting it off with those lines, you knew right away. You can tell he's already like. He's been doing this for 8 years, but he's still stressed out. You know what I mean? Like, it's always going to be stressful. He's not like super cocky and just like, oh, it's no big deal. You know, he's literally saying like, it's crazy. The whole city depends on one man, and it's on the shoulders of one man. You know, it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I think that was.
At the beginning of his career, he knows he can fail because he's not very known. He's in the beginning of his career. Now he's in the beginning of his career. Not a lot of people are expecting him to fail. And
he's in his prime. He's in his prime, exactly.
Yeah, he's very experienced. He's in his prime, but the challenges are still as big as they come. And he can't.
Yeah, well, and I mean, I could even argue with you, like, the stakes are probably higher than when he just started, because we know in the story, like, Aunt May works at the feast shelter, and they've been talking about how, like, the greatest Spider-Man stories are when Peter and Spider-Man's lives cross over and like intersect with each other.
That I'm so hyped about this.
Same, but I'm also excited to see that they've kind of wedged Aunt May in a dangerous spot. You know what I mean? Like, she works at the feast shelter, and like, Martin Lee is nice by day, but what if Martin Lee finds out Spider-Man is Peter Parker and then can use Aunt May working for him against him?
And right next to him.
Yeah, exactly, right?
That's what I'm most hyped about. The crossovers between
the duality. Yeah.
And how much there will be on your shoulders. I feel like the gameplay and story elements will nail how much you stress. Like, I feel like there has to be moments where, like, you can stress about saving civilians and especially your loved ones in those situations. You have to act fast. You need to look at the environment. Like, I really want those types of moments to make you stress, and you're like, okay, this game is going to be awesome and everything, but then you're like, you want to sometimes hate this game because of how much...
Yeah, it's going to be tense. It's going to be tense. You don't want to mess up. You know what I mean?
I really want those types of moments that will make me cry during the game.
Oh, I'm sure they'll have stuff like that. I mean, even just the Raft demo, like him getting beat up by all the villains, and then a 6th villain shows up in the end.
Now I know why it's got a 16T rating.
Well, exactly, right? I mean, they obviously, like, the good Spider-Man stories usually, like, the stakes are pretty high, you know, so they're gonna have to do something. I don't think they could just make it E for everyone and then still make, like, a mature enough story. But I also don't think, like, an M rating, like something like Arkham Knight got, would suit Spider-Man, or at least this Spider-Man game. I think it'd be too dark.
And ratings would just not let other people get it, like younger kids.
Yeah, exactly. This way, it's a happy medium.
Like, it's 2018. 6-year-olds play GTA. What do I know?
Yeah, fair enough. That is a very good point, Mikael. But at least this way, it can reach like the widest audience possible. Because the reason I love Spider-Man as a character, I'll go on a little rant here, but the reason I love Spider-Man is because, I mean, I guess that's what we're here to do for the video, right, Mikael? But my favorite thing about Spider-Man is, like, so many different groups of people and, like, can enjoy the character for different things. You know what I mean? Like, when I was a kid, I loved watching Spider-Man just because it was cool. You know, he's cool. He swings around, he's funny, and he beats up bad guys. But then as you grow up, you can learn to appreciate him a little more from, you know, through different eyes. And same thing for, like, adults. Like, people that are even older than us, Mikael. You know what I mean? Like, or your age or my age. Like, people that are, like, 30 or 40.
86 years old.
That's what I mean. Honestly, like, you never know, right? You never know. There could be some 60-year-old guy that has read all the Spider-Man comics and is just hyped for this game to come out. Like, who knows?
Yeah, my uncle in South Africa collects lots of expensive and old comic books as a collection. Like, if he sold stuff like
cool.
that, yeah, and he's such a huge fan. And I showed him gameplay for this, and he asked me, like, quite a lot of questions, and he's like, "When's it coming out? This looks kick-ass. It's awesome." Like,
that's what I mean, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't. It's like, not just for kids.
He's married. He's a nurse. He's probably going to become a doctor. He's got 2 cousins who are quite the handful, and still he has time to enjoy all of this. Like,
exactly. So it proves my point, right? Spider-Man and really comic books in general, but for this video, we'll say Spider-Man really has a way of bringing people together, no matter where you're from, you know, no matter who you are. Any walk of life, we can all kind of share in that. And actually, as a little side note to that, that's why I think everybody likes Evan's channel. And, well, I mean, here's the thing. Everybody obviously likes Evan's channel because the content's good, but I think more so we like it because he engages with his audience. And you can actually talk to Evan, and you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of bad YouTubers, not to be throwing shade, I won't name anybody, but just there's a lot of YouTubers that don't really engage. Yeah, you know what? Fine. Yeah, if you're gonna name one, yeah, we can name him. You know, Super Rebel, sure, Satan himself. So, you know, like, I don't know. It's just he doesn't engage with his audience, whereas Evan does engage with his audience, and to me,
the one thing he does from the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. He always has. You know, since when he had 30 subscribers up until now, where he's got, like, what, 22K?
Like, it's not about if you're doing it or not. That's a rule about a YouTuber. The best thing about it is the community and the feedback of your fans and your people.
Exactly. Feedback and engaging with your audience is huge.
Your audience and community.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the greatest thing about the legend himself, Evan.
Yeah, definitely one of the great things about him. I don't know if I'd say the greatest, but it's definitely one of the good things. You know, and I do think, like I said, I think that's why, like, he's made it easy for everybody, like, everyone feels included. If you go watch his video, or you comment, or you like the video, you know, he'll like your comment, he'll reply to your comment sometimes if he's not too busy. Like, you can at least see that he gives a shit, you know, whereas, like I said, there are other YouTubers that they just don't even try to interact. They say they'll interact, and they say comment, and I want to see it, but they don't, you know, and I find actions speak louder than words.
Yeah, and the worst thing about that is when it's comments saying, like, very good stuff about him. Like, if he's a bad YouTuber and they say stuff like to help him or just shout him out saying why he's kind of bad, they won't reply to that and just ignore it, either because of their ego or they don't want to do that because they don't want to admit their faults.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. But, I mean, here's the thing. None of us are perfect, right? You may as well take the constructive criticism because you're only going to get better. If you close your mind to that and just go, no, it's all negative, they're just being bullies or they're just being mean, you know what I mean? You're not really learning, and I think there's always room for learning and improvement, especially in a creative space like YouTube.
Yep. Unless YouTube stabs us in the back before we can even do anything.
Yeah, that's true, but that's okay. If that day comes, we'll jump to some other streaming service, right?
Yep.
Or some other video service, you know?
Yep. So shall we continue on with the next Spider-Man appearance we got? Yeah. And at the same time, we can also talk about Evan during the next year.
Yeah.
Of how... So, after the trailer, we got some brand new stuff. We got parkour, swinging. People were criticizing it. People were saying it looks so good. People were comparing it to TASM and stuff.
There was a lot of that.
But the one man who was doing it obviously right was a little YouTuber filming on his phone with some really good points and whose voice wasn't annoying, Evan Filarka. who I could listen to all day with his awesome stuff. And I remember the very first video I watched, the video like after
what
I
was
saw
it?
the E3
What did you watch?
trailer,
What was the first video?
Like, yeah. After E3, I actually went to Portugal on a summer holiday, and then like when I was bored, like after dinner, like my family would talk a lot at the table after we were done. So I would just go on the sofa, and I don't know if it was on my phone or my dad's tablet, but I would just take up and look up videos about the game because I was so hyped at the time. I was like, are they going to show off when it's coming out? And stuff like that. Again, I was a little bit naive at the time. And then I remember a very first video is showing off, is this the release date of Spider-Man PS4? And if it is, I hope it, no. And it was like, I hope not. And I'm like, ooh, what's this? And it was Evan saying that he pre-ordered the game a day after E3.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
And then he showed off the dates, and he said something about Shattered Dimensions. I totally remember from at the time. And he was like, I really hope that this isn't the date. It hopefully has to come sooner. And I was starting to get interested in him. I was watching more of his videos, like why Spider-Man PS4 being PS4 exclusive is good and what controls there could be. He talked about the touchpad. He was talking about other PS4 exclusive games that had good controls and stuff like that. He talked about suit ideas, lots of very, very, very creative ideas that I really was mind boggled by. And once I reached the limit of his videos, I knew that, okay, maybe he's a recent YouTuber. Like at the time, I thought I was very late because I never stood up to date about stuff.
Yeah.
And then I knew that, and then each day I would look under my recommended section because at the time I couldn't subscribe and have an account. So I would always look up on my recommended section for new videos. And as the time went by, he started really showing stuff. He reacted himself to the trailer of the PS4 Pro event, showing off a few seconds of footage of Spider-Man.
Yep, I remember that.
And we all speculated on that for quite a while. And yeah, I remember that. And then he really wanted to step up his game around E3 2017. He started getting an Elgato. He started the awesome series, which is Radioactive Replay.
One of my favorites.
Me too, which I highly recommend you go watch, especially the very first one for Web of Shadows, which is still, I think, one of my favorites, just of how hyped I was when he was announcing it.
Yeah, the Web of Shadows one is really well done. I would recommend that as well.
That game, like, made it so good. Like, I saw the comments of the first video after I watched it. People were like, dude, you're so, like, how can you like this game? How is it the best Spider-Man game? It's so ugly. People were so negative, and after, people were kissing his ass how good it was.
Yeah, I think it was kind of one of those things. People looked at the graphics, they looked at the Spider-Man voice actor. They didn't really give it a fair shake. But if you actually played that game, the web swinging in that game was very much like Spider-Man 2. The momentum in it felt amazing. Like it was a great game to pick up and play. The combat in it was great. The way you could fight on walls. I know Evan was a huge fan of that.
That's one of my favorite stuff. The fluidity and speed of Spider-Man. The combat, like
being able to switch from the black suit and the red suit at any time. That was really unique too for that game.
And there's one final thing. I just can't put my finger on it. Just this little stuff you can discover, like the very good animations you can just discover by playing it randomly.
Yeah, the more you play it.
Destructible environments.
Yep.
God, the destructible environments are so good.
Yeah, for sure. Now, okay, we should probably move on to the next topic. We're almost we just hit 19 minutes, or just about.
Yep. So, E3 2017. Oh boy, that was the big one. Insomniac finally confirmed that they were going to E3 after months and months of like teases, speculation, booze, Oz, lots of stuff. And finally, at the very end of the E3 2017 showcase, showing lots of good stuff.
Gameplay, swinging, combat, a stealth section.
Oh, it was too much. It was too much. I woke up in the morning ready to get stuff. Like, it was a morning before school. I still wake up quite early at the time, but I woke up a little earlier just to see what there was. The moment I saw thumbnails and it was saying Spider-Man 2017 PS E3 demo. I can't even speak right now. And the moment I finished breakfast, I played that video faster than the Flash starring his run. And like, I was mind boggled. The cutscenes, the graphics, the swinging, the badassery, the boss fights, the HUD, the characters,
The helicopter chase. How about that helicopter chase?
Yes, that's the best thing. Like,
yeah,
the set pieces reminded me so much of my favorite game, still to date, Uncharted 4.
I was just gonna say Uncharted. Yeah, they definitely set the bar high for set pieces, and Spider-Man PS4 looks like it's gonna deliver.
For there to be so many cool set pieces, Spider-Man will be God at this point to survive them.
Oh yeah,
like after seeing and just thinking, what kind of set pieces will we have from the E3 2016 one? 2017 was like, I was like, yep, but why am I even like doubting myself at this point? It was so good.
I mean, like some of my opinions on the 2017 demo, I was finally happy to see gameplay. I was happy to see the stealth system. Like I've said before, it looks pretty similar to the TASM 2 game, or I guess even the first one.
Good.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying like I actually liked that in those games, so I'm happy to see that they're taking some good things from other Spider-Man games and keeping it. You know what I mean? Like they're not getting rid of what isn't broken.
Keeping it and evolving it.
Exactly,
right?
exactly, and putting an Insomniac Games twist on it. You know, making it their own, right?
Yeah, like every time we ask them what is the one thing we can say about this game that's like different from the others, and of course Brian being Brian, that it was made by Insomniac.
Exactly. Well, and I mean, I never played Sunset Overdrive because I don't have an Xbox, but everybody raved about that game, said it was phenomenal.
Many YouTubers.
Yeah. So I'm really excited.
I hope that Parker Press 9 does a playthrough of that game because he has it on Xbox. He told me. Yeah, he does.
I would watch that. If you're listening to this, Parker Press, definitely do that. That is definitely something I would watch, either in a walkthrough series or live streams, whatever you prefer.
He already said he might stream later today Metal Gear Solid 5, so what are the chances?
There you go. I should slip in his DMs and suggest that, though. Sunset Overdrive, for sure.
So, back to E3 2017.
Here, actually, quickly, Mikael, just to preserve time, we should probably jump to 2018.
Yeah, so we got new stuff. There was good, there were bad, but overall it was very, very good what we saw. Yeah. And after we saw the D23 trailer, which showed up more concept art, more details in the story, which was really cool.
Yep.
And hell, I even saw the passion of Jacksepticeye for this game, which he still shows.
No way.
Out of all people, I'm super hyped for to watch Evan play the game. The second most hyped guy I'm waiting to watch the playthrough is Jacksepticeye. He's so passionate about this game.
His will be good for sure.
He's very hyped for this.
All right.
So he played Spider-Man 2 not long ago. It just showed how much they fixed. Like, we were a little skeptical about 2017. They listened to the feedback, and they showed us some new stuff that was already improved, especially the swinging speed.
Yep. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to give some opinions just on what we saw this year at E3 in 2018.
Yep.
Okay?
Before E3, I think we can just talk maybe a sec about Game Informer, because that was pretty important.
Actually, okay, fair enough. Yeah, if you want to. I just wasn't sure what all, like, if you were going chronologically in the line of coverage or, like, just E3s. But yeah, we can talk about Game Informer. That was April, right?
Yep, April.
The month of April? Yeah, okay.
I went on holiday to Lugana, and I had to watch the videos in mornings and evenings after huge day schedules.
Yeah, I'll bet that was probably interesting trying to squeeze that in. But yeah, their Game Informer's April coverage was phenomenal. Like, everything they did, we got a lot more questions answered. We learned about some more characters appearing in the game, like Taskmasters, side missions with the bomb defusal, just some of the open world activities, races, different suits, some more about the story.
Confirmation of squirrels.
Oh yeah, you're right. Actually, yeah, they even did mention that. Yeah, there's actually the city is so detailed you can see squirrels like climbing trees and stuff.
Dude, imagine if we can pet dogs and stuff.
That'd be cool. I don't know if they'll add that, if they'll go that far, but I'm sure, if there's like squirrels, there's probably cats and dogs somewhere.
Citizens and take selfies, dude. How can you not pet a dog?
Yeah, but I don't know. I just mean like in the big scheme of things. Like, I don't know if that's safe to expect that. You know what I mean?
For my dog's sake, Insomniac, please make us pet dogs.
There's Mikael's request. His one request.
Yes. Yeah, I'll say that to Brian and Tar.
There you
Later
go.
on, I'll say, Brian and Tar, can you pet more than just squirrels in the game?
I hope he doesn't respond saying hell no.
Oh yeah, imagine. Yeah, what else was there? Like, yeah, we saw that the HUD was different, which is much better than 2017.
Yep. Oh, the improved swinging. I'm pretty sure they showed that in D23s as well. They showed the first time they showed him run up a wall and then do that catapult maneuver. like
dive
at the end of
bomb.
it, yeah, into a dive bomb. That looks cool. But yeah, they showed a lot, and then I think it was. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think, and then they just brought in Dan Slott to kind of explain a little bit about, like,
that was PSX.
Was that PSX?
Yep, it was PSX, but yeah,
My
but
bad.
we're not really going to talk about that. The only thing new that we got was just more talking about how passionate Insomniac is, and we saw a few more seconds of the dive bomb from the different E3 2017 demo. Like, it was behind the curtain demo, but it kind of looked broken, the swinging, but at least we knew we could dive bomb. That was one of my big thoughts. Like, Spidey always stated that he crosses his legs and he puts his arms out position in that demo. I was like, I really hope we can dive bomb. And look what we've got today.
Yeah,
folks.
and they're improving it. Even from the E3 2018 gameplay they showed, they're improving it.
We are always listening.
Yeah, and hashtag in Insomniac we trust, because it's trust well placed.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, so that covers D23.
Yeah,
I guess then we'll just jump right into E3. We've got about 5 minutes left, Mikael.
2018. In my opinion, the best E3 showcase we've had.
Yeah, I mean, for Spider-Man, I would say it was. I wasn't too big of a fan of like the way Sony did things this year, but you know, other than that, I mean, that's not really important. You know, we're more talking about Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I think it was really well done what they showed with Spider-Man, and I was really excited to see that shot panning over the ocean, and then to see like Raft pop up. I immediately knew it was Spider-Man. I mean, we all did, but that moment, and then immediately you just see Spider-Man and Yuri Watanabe, which we expected already, and then immediately Electro. Yeah, and then we see Electro, and then we see Rhino, we see Scorpion. Yeah. You know, they just start showing all these villains. They get outside, he's chasing them, and then you see Vulture, and then finally Mr. Negative shows up, and then it ended with the mysterious sixth villain, which I think is Green Goblin. But actually, one of my theories, I was talking about the other day, I really wanted to touch on in this video. Because I've heard people say like they thought Norman Osborn looked a little too old and out of shape, and they were suggesting that.
Donald Trump.
Yeah, well, and the Donald Trump joke, yeah, but just that like they didn't really, they kind of didn't really buy if that incarnation of Norman was Green Goblin.
Because Spidey's in his prime, right?
Well, yeah, but basically the theory that some people, and I was kind of speculating on that we had, was basically, what if with Harry being out of town, what if Harry actually shows up to be the Green Goblin? And what I was saying was it would be. I hate to break it to you,
pal, but I saw like a thing. Even Evan showed it. There was something showing that about Insomniac. They said there is no Green Goblin in our game or.
Fair enough, yeah, but here's the thing, though. There's no guaranttees of that. You know what I mean? We'll know when the game comes out. But basically, Mikael, what I was saying was...
sorry for interrupting.
No, that's okay. No, but what I was saying was the theory that we had is it would be interesting if in this universe for Spider-Man, Green Goblin wasn't Norman, but Green Goblin was Harry. Kind of like in like how Spider-Man 3, they had like original Green Goblin was kind of like mentoring Harry. Yeah. Like, I mean, I know he was dead and he was seeing him in visions and stuff, but just that kind of a take where maybe Norman is older and retired from being Green Goblin, but he needs a more youthful person to take over the mantle. And I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do. It was just a speculation. I think that would be a cool take because Insomniac has said they want to switch things up in their universe and make it a little more unique. It was just something that, you know, I thought would be kind of cool. Actually, another thing we should touch on quick, Mikael, was your theory about the Wraith.
Yep. So, and before we do that, I think my favorite things about E3, the showcase, was the graphics and the details, how much it had changed. The design in Spidey's suits, like Evan said, that in 2016, his like kind of like non-armor, like it was more like a suit, you know, like less armor-like design. They took that away in 2017, and now they've added a little more of that to the suit. Like, they're always listening. They're always adding stuff, making the best Spidey game we want ever.
Yeah, even now, even with the dive bomb criticisms, they just got a new build for that.
I love the new HUD, the villains, the setting, the soundtrack. This game's soundtrack is going to be amazing.
Oh yeah, it's very orchestral. I like that a lot.
Yes, that's exactly what they're looking for, orchestral. Because Brian Natar is known to be a crier, as you said.
Yeah, him and Evan. That's something they share in common. Eh?
Yeah. And yeah, so at the end, I think it's Wraith, just because it's different than what everyone is saying. Like, so many people are saying Green Goblin, like. when so many people say something that's obvious, it's obviously not that. I mean, just think about it for a sec.
Yeah, right? I guess. I mean, it could be. I don't know. Okay, the reason I thought it was Green Goblin is not because it's obvious, but because of the sound. Yeah, like it kind of limits you.
Yeah, maybe somebody are taking brand new takes on this. So maybe Wraith has some technology on her.
That's true.
And I think it's Wraith just because it's a little different, and people keep saying it's a villain there. Like Spidey needs help, so obviously someone's coming to save them. Like people said, the villains were smiling when it appeared. When I was trying to make a point, I rewatched the video and I'm like, dude, no one smiles.
Oh wait. So are you saying you think Wraith is showing up as a hero to help him?
To help him, yes, I hear that.
See, my take on it was I was actually wondering if maybe at a point throughout the story, Mr. Negative gets a hold of Yuri, like the cop, and turns her evil, so then she becomes Wraith and then shows up, and Spider-Man's like, wait, you? Because he recognizes
her. I mean, maybe she could still be there to, like, beat him up, but the villains don't know about that. They're surprised.
Yeah, that's true.
So they know. Like someone specifically said someone was smiling. We couldn't even see them in the frames.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is, they kind of left it open-ended for a reason. It's fun to speculate, and I mean, really, who knows? Like, we could have any number of theories, and it could turn out to be, something completely different than none of us thought of, right? Or maybe another villain we weren't thinking of.
Like, I really hope it's something none of us guess. Like in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle reveal for Injustice 2, no one guessed that.
Yeah, exactly. Something out of left field, that we don't see coming. You don't just predict.
We're so close to the release. I really think it'd be good if no one talks. At least personally, I shouldn't think about it, so then I can be fully surprised once I play it.
Yeah, exactly.
Think about it for too much, the reveal might not be as satisfying, not as special. But I also think it's just because of how Yuri kind of like disappeared earlier on.
That's what I was wondering too. Like, it could add up. Maybe she slipped away and then comes back to save him. That'd be really cool.
The reason Spidey says, wait, you, is because I think that maybe he knows Wraith from certain glimpses of her. Maybe they talked for a few seconds before disappearing.
Exactly.
Seen her doing her thing. Like, who knows what we could see? Like,
well, they did say at that point in the story, it's like 2/3 through the game or halfway through the game. So who knows? Maybe throughout the first half of the game, you just see all these appearances of Wraith, but he doesn't know it's Yuri Watanabe, and then he finds out later. You know what I mean? Like, it could be anything. We'll have to wait and see on September 7th, and we'll get all the answers revealed. And I don't know. Maybe the sixth villain is going to be who's behind the statue, because I've seen people speculating that. That's kind of what a lot of people are thinking. But who knows? It could be something else. I don't know. But it'll be interesting to see what it actually is come launch.
Yep.
I mean, once I've played the game, I don't want to get it spoiled through the statue.
We can talk so much about this, but we're running out of time, and we still need to talk a little about the SpideySquad and Evan. I know that the timer is up, most likely, but still we got to talk a little bit about it. So the demo, the playable demo, I'm not even going to comment how awesome that is. It had some goods and bads, obviously, but again, Insomniac is always listening, and they say that they already have a new build of the game with already improvements.
Yeah, the new build of the dive bomb, specifically.
Yes, like the demo was quite an early build because of the planning of E3, and they're already playing a build with better dive bombing and better whatever we asked.
Yeah, more. Well, they said, just to cut you off, they said, Evan was saying, they cut like combat animations, finishing moves, a couple web swinging things, acrobatic moves. Like, they cut some things out that we didn't see. So we saw from a limited pool of animations in that demo, whereas the full game will have a lot more.
Yeah.
But if you want to touch on the SpideySquad real quick to close the video out, by all means.
Yeah. So I love Evan, and he's my favorite YouTuber because of how relatable he is and just his passion. Like, he was just this dude, very excited and passionate about this game and for Spider-Man in general, and he showed that in like every single one of his videos, either talking about comics, the character, the movies, the series, the games, and he finally wanted to show that even more in his Radioactive Replay series, which again you should definitely check out if you haven't.
Yeah, definitely go watch that. You get a seal of approval from both of us.
Yep, and I, at the time when he said he was going to announce it, I really wanted to start subscribing, and I think I subscribed to him at the time. Again, I started this so long ago.
Yeah, I've been subscribed to Evan since he had like 30 subscribers. So it's been really fun to watch his channel grow from super small to like 22K.
I didn't subscribe to him until like 2017 or so. It doesn't mean I wasn't with until the beginning. I was with him until the beginning.
Oh, well, and that's the thing. Here's the thing, Mikael. It's not a competition. You know what I mean? It doesn't really matter. Like we're all fans of him, right? Like the main thing is, like you said, his channel. He makes you feel inclusive. You know what I mean? And he's relatable. You know what I mean? He's a good guy. I really like Evan. And to be completely honest, like I've said it before, I'll say it again. The reason I made my channel was actually out of inspiration from Evan, just to see that
same.
you can make a positive environment on YouTube where everybody's opinion can be heard and shared, and everybody can just kind of bounce ideas off of each other. To me, that's a huge accomplishment, and I gotta commend Evan and all of the Spidey Squad for that.
Like, I started my channel, it actually wasn't about Spider-Man. I just made a really awesome Lego video sharing it. I wanted to become a YouTuber as a hobby. I did that. People were commentating on that. And slowly then, Evan was mentioning Twitter a lot. So then I wanted to make myself an account. And that made me born again. Like, I was born again after that point because I started that. Then my entire career started. My life changed. I was checking Twitter a lot more. I was receiving notifications. I was getting follows, and I was following tweets from the Spidey Squad and everything. I was replying. They were liking. They were following me.
Twitter's a great platform for that.
Really starting. And now I consider myself friends with most of the Spidey Squad. I have to deal with great things, bad things. I'd say I'm a pretty good professional now, and I just feel like them. Like, I feel like I have a job at this point when I'm still in freaking middle school.
Yeah, but you're passionate about it, right?
Yeah, one sec. So we can edit this out. I think my mom. Yes?
Hey, you need to come and prepare the dough.
I will.
Having a little bit of technical difficulties, guys. Don't mind us.
I know, Mom. What do you mean by that? We can edit that out.
Yeah, I'll probably leave it in. It was like 3 seconds. It's not a big deal.
Did you hear anything?
Yeah, I picked up your audio, but just a little bit. It wasn't, you know what I mean? It wasn't that bad.
Yeah,
shit happens.
The laptop computer is pretty good for if you're recording videos.
Yeah. All right. But, so I'm gonna wrap things up for my video here, quick. So yeah, basically, thank you guys for coming out to this video. Thank you for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, please do me a huge favor and drop a like on the video. And like I said, I will link Mikael's channel in the description below. Please go over to his channel if you're not already subscribed and subscribe to him. He makes amazing content with his Detroit walkthroughs and Batman Arkham Knight and his Lego videos and Spider-Man speculation videos, all that stuff. It's great content. Definitely drop him a sub.
Thanks, man. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, and again, thank you, Mikael, for getting this together. We definitely got to collab sometime soon again, and you know, like you said, maybe either the next thing they show for Spider-Man we can do it, or something in between.
Yeah, I really hope they show off like a final very good story trailer at Comic-Con.
Yeah, you and me both.
And the final suit. Oh god, we can't even speculate on the final suit because of how many options there are. It's literally.
You know what? Here, we'll end the video off. Give a speculation, like an idea for one suit you think. I'll give one for me, and we can leave our viewers with a question. What suit do you think the third suit reveal is going to be? So go ahead, Mikael.
Yeah. Before we do that, though, we gotta quickly finish about Evan, though. Quickly. We don't need to drag about it, but still, we kind of left him.
Keep it quick. We're literally almost at 40 minutes. So.
Yep. So and after E3 2017, lots of people were getting more and more excited for the game. Lots of people were subscribing to him because of how many videos, collabs, and everything he was doing. Dude, I remember at the time there were so many collabs in 2017 with Evan and other people.
Oh yeah.
And dude, we didn't even touch about about Paris Games Week 2017, which is my favorite trailer.
Oh, that's okay. We can do that in another video if you want, just for the interest of time.
I love Paris Games Week because of the graphics, the trailer, how many characters were shown, especially MJ and stuff. And and just how much Evan has come, how much of a job he has now because of how busy he is, how much he has to look through, and he's got stuff like I find Evan likes Spider-Man. Because I consider his job on YouTube and Twitter him being Spider-Man, but like recently he has to go to his cousin's wedding and he has personal stuff in his own life.
The duality?
That, like Peter Parker. Yeah, he has his own duality, which is amazing. And
it's also kind of ironic when you put it that way, for sure.
Yeah, like he really has his own kind of duality, which makes him so much more like greater and more relatable. And I say relatable again because of like he formed the Spidey Squad because of relatability. And the founders of the SpideySquad formed it because of how relatable they were and excited for the game, and that's really cool.
Yeah, it's definitely something we can all share in, and like I said earlier, it has the potential to bring us all together, and that's one of the great things about the SpideySquad.
And one final thing about the SpideySquad before we leave this a collaboration with a guest of the final suit. I joined the SpideySquad because of like I still to this day am bullied because of loving different games than Fortnite, and yes, that's a thing. People mock me because I don't like Fortnite that much. And because I say I play different games.
Yeah, but Mikael, you should like. I encourage individuality. Don't let bullies get you down.
No, I'm not gonna let them. I'm just saying how ridiculous bullying is nowadays.
That's true.
And I joined the SpideySquad because of like I was really getting down. Like I was liking more different stuff and everything, and I could see some of my best friends leaving me. Like how much they were changing as teenagers and their future, and class wasn't doing so well. And my family wasn't doing so well at the time. Like, I really needed more opinion. And I thought the SpideySquad, like, at that point, I was ready for anything. The SpideySquad has changed my life forever. I've met awesome people like you. I've even talked to people like Evan at this point. And this is just the start. The SpideySquad will always be with me until the end.
Exactly.
Very, very
that's
end.
Like I said, that's the great thing about the SpideySquad. Super inclusive, you know what I mean? Everybody's opinion can be heard, and it's like a big family, like Evan says all the time. We're like one big family.
I don't care if people call me a weirdo because I don't have lots of friends that I see eye to eye, like in my town, in my real life. The SpideySquad are my true friends, and so are you, Bob.
Thank you. You as well, Mikael. You as well.
So, final suit, guys. Lots of people are saying it's the black suit and stuff. And lots of people are thinking it's an original suit. I think it might be like an original suit, maybe, but also like Venom is coming out. Like a black suit alternate suit could be interesting. Like it's an alternative suit, even though they've confirmed it's not in the story.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it could still be an alternate skin for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
And I also think it might be a comic-related one.
Yeah,
it was like gotten film ones, another comic one. But yeah, like at this point, that's why I cannot say like I cannot confirm suits because of how many options there are in terms of movies, games, comics, everything.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. What I'm actually guessing, like my guess is, I'm hoping it's the Scarlet Spider suit, like the old school one, because I love that design.
Ben Reilly.
Yeah, exactly.
The beauty one, that'd be pretty sick.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, it's a classic suit. I like the design of it. It's a little different. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the homemade suit. It's a little bit like weird and out there, but really well done. You know what I mean? And I like the eyes on it too.
It feels like what all of us would do if we didn't have the
Exactly. It's functional. Like that is relatable. Yeah. We could make that in real life, where it's like the homecoming suit, you know, given to him by Tony Stark. Not so much.
Yeah.
Not so much.
I mean, even his onesie is so cool.
Yeah.
His onesie suit. I mean, my favorite suit so far, alternate suit so far, is the Iron Spider suit, just because of how much detail is put into the metal shining.
Yeah.
Like in the Sunset trailer, it shone so well everywhere. Like, yeah, so like you know the spider armor suit? It's either blue or gray.
Yeah.
That suit would be cool. And also in next gen, imagine a big time next gen suit.
Oh yeah, I'm really hoping we get the big time suit. I love that one with the big green eyes. It's so iconic.
And I also love, surprisingly, the Superior Spider-Man suit, the second one.
Yeah.
The one with mechanical arms.
Yeah, honestly, that'll be cool. I'm excited to see for the Iron Spider, the mechanical arms. I think that's gonna have, like, that's gonna be the power, the suit power. It's gonna have something to do with the mechanical arms, because Brian Intar keeps hinting that he's, like, really excited for that. And, alright, well, that being said, just quickly, we'll leave the audience with that question. What suit do you guys think they're going to reveal at the July reveal at San Diego Comic-Con? Let us know in the comment section, and we can all speculate together while we wait.
Yeah,
and that being said, hope you guys enjoyed the video.
Why you think it's that suit?
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
You can also say suits you don't want in the game.
You know what? Yeah, fair enough. That's a good point too. But alright, take care.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Mikael, for coming up with a collab.
Thank you so much. Please subscribe to I'll Call It Bob, and I'm pretty sure he's going to say the same.
Thanks for the shout out. Yeah, exactly. Please subscribe to Mikael. Like I said earlier, I'll have his channel linked in the description. You can go check out his channel.
And like if you're looking forward to more collabs and just more footage from both of us.
Exactly. that being said,
So
take care, guys.
Stay awesome.
Have a
a
good
wonderful morning, day, evening, whichever. Be a creator. Peace out, guys.
Bye.
See you next time.
See you in the next one.